I want to get a quick reaction from you. I'm sure they're just getting this news as we are, but if I can, we are just saying that NBC News is projecting that control of the U.S. House of Representatives is going to go to the Republicans. Control of the House. That gives Republicans the trifecta. They will control the White House. We saw they just elected a new leadership team on the Senate side, and control of the House projected by NBC News to go to Republicans. I want to bring in Republican strategist and former Burgum presidential campaign spokesman Lance Trover. There was Democrats holding out hope, as you know, up until the last second, probably this last second, that they might have a chance to somehow eke out a small majority. That is not going to be the case. What does this mean for Donald Trump and his plans for the United States going forward?
That means it's full steam ahead for the Trump agenda. I mean, I got to believe the folks at Mar-a-Lago are absolutely thrilled with this news. I mean, I think everybody kind of thought this was what was going to happen. But, you know, Donald Trump made a lot of promises on the campaign trail, talking about getting our border under control. We have the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which is about to expire in April. That is going to be a massive piece of legislation and getting those tax cuts through. So he's going to need all the help he can get. I think the larger question for me here is how much are the Democrats going to come to the table and want to help? Because if you look at this, going with the presidency, the Senate, and the House going Republican, that's a pretty big mandate from the people of this country. And so I think they're expecting not just Republicans to move forward, but I think they're going to be expecting the Democrats to come to the table as well.
So let's talk a little bit about the kind of a, I don't want to call it a kumbaya, but the civility we saw between outgoing President Biden, incoming President Trump. To get things done, there are certain issues where, with a very tight majority, it's going to be difficult. So where do you see strategically the Democrats coming in, and on what issues in particular do you think that they have room for a fight?
I go back to the election. The top two issues were getting prices under control, the economy, taxes were the #1 issue. Donald Trump consistently led with voters by double digits on that issue. And the same thing goes with the border. It tells me that voters were keyed in, and those are the two main reasons that he won this election. And so my guess is voters are expecting them to come to the table and help him get some of this stuff passed, get this border under control, and keep taxes low. That's what I think. But I also think that I think those are the two main issues. But I think on the foreign policy level, I think when it comes to Iran, people are very concerned about what is happening over in Israel and with Iran. This current administration has undid a ton of sanctions, allowing Iran to fuel and funnel money to terrorist organizations throughout the world. So my guess as well, voters are looking to the Middle East saying, how can we get some of these wars ended and get them done peacefully?
Let's bring in NBC News correspondent Dasha Burns. Dasha, had this been anticipated by the incoming team, the Trump transition team? And what have you been hearing from them about their plans should they take all three, control of all three places in government?
Well, I don't know how much it was necessarily anticipated, but they were certainly bullish and confident that this could happen, just given the margins that we saw coming from the top of the ticket, the way that former President Trump has taken command of this party and really pushed them over the finish line in down ballot races as well. And this is huge for the new White House team. Look, they know that they are coming in. They feel that they are coming in with a total mandate now, and former President Trump was still getting his sea legs in Washington when he first came in back in 2016. That is not the case anymore. The thing that's been reiterated by sources in the inner circle to me time and time again is just how different this time is going to be because of how much more command he has over the party, the people that he's surrounding himself with, the operators like Susie Wiles, who has been his co-campaign manager and is now going to be his White House chief of staff, who is a serious operator and knows how to get things done and knows how to work these relationships. And by the way, has made it very clear to President-elect Trump that she wants some control over any chaos that might be surrounding him that was so quintessential to his first administration. So it's going to be a very different Washington. It's going to be a very different Trump administration this time around, Chris.
Thank you so much for that. I'll let you go. And if you hear any direct response from the Team Trump, please let us know. But again, that breaking news that we want to bring to you once again, NBC News projects that the Republicans will take control of the House of Representatives, giving them control of the White House, the Senate, and the House. There are two races that brought us to this point of 435 of the 435 seats, 218 now on the Republican side. In Arizona, in the 6th district, the Republican incumbent was reelected, John Cicamani, who was first elected in 2022 and was endorsed by Donald Trump. And the incumbent in the California House race, the 41st district, you'll remember that we have been waiting for a lot of the results from California to come in, but this one has come in. He was first elected in 1992. Ken Calvert reelected to California's 41st district.